Dr. Hirlock, and also I want to commend Senator Ryan for bringing this bill forward, and for Senator Murray. I too suffered early miscarriage loss, and I suppose, like what Senator Ryan said, every loss matters. And you know, no matter what the pregnancy loss is, and no matter what stage of your loss is, it will have a physical, it will have an emotional, and it will have a psychological trauma on you. And under the current system, women losing a child at under 23 weeks often find themselves, like we said, having to return to work. Many people still experiencing very physical symptoms such as bleeding and cramps, which only add to the emotional and psychological suffering experienced. This then leads to employees having to take sick leave, annual leave, or alternatively asking employers for discretionary compassionate leave, which then ensures that secrecy and often shame then is added onto it. And like again, I was told, you're grand, get on with it, you know, it was an early pregnancy loss, you're fine. And myself, I suppose, when you do have early pregnancy loss, you actually do think that yourself, I should be getting on with it and I should be able to go back into work. So women are struggling often when women are trying to cope with reality. They should be supported. Women should not have to decide whether they should have to take sick leave and pretend they're sick because they're not sick. They shouldn't decide to have to take annual leave, but they are actually grieving, and they should be able to have time and support to be able to grieve. And they shouldn't have to make impossible choices surrounding how they acknowledge their feelings of grief. Grief does not follow the same pattern or the same timetable for all people, and this needs to be reflected in the legislation. Some people may be able to return to work shorter after loss, others might need to take much longer. The INTO have, as a trade union made up largely of women, been instrumental in bringing issues to the national attention, and the Labour Party reproductive bill, which bears many similarities to this current bill, was constructed largely on information and data provided by the Places Workforce report. And I just want to commend actually Senator Ryan too for organising a briefing with the UCC Pregnancy Loss Research Group, where Professor Keelan O'Donoghue and Dr. Marisa Hennessy, who had made it very clear the evidence about what we need to see in this. And I think the Organisation of Working Time Act is the perfect place for this amendment to be actually in. And the reproductive bill that my Labour Party colleague Marie Sherlock has brought forward is actually passed through second stage within the Dáil and is going to committee now for further scrutiny. So I think that's the perfect place where it should be. So the introduction of and maintenance of a voluntary register, which we've spoken about here, for the registration of lost pregnancies at any stage of its gestation is a very significant and welcome development in the recognition of that loss and of each lost child's unique identity. Pregnancy loss is a matter so personal, so internally painful to women or to a family unit, and each experience is so unique that it has suited society maybe to treat it as a private event. While this may work for some women and families, it doesn't work for others who feel that their loss is unacknowledged in a way that no other form of bereavement would be unacknowledged. So I fully support this bill. I would agree with Senator Stevens here that there should be no time delay on this, and I would urge that this will be looked at, and that the place for it is within the Organisation of Working Time Act. Thank you.